that'll line up with the physical course, and that'll be the great rise and blah, 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 blah. Now, remember, I never got to the story on it, but the Orishas came. The Orishas was against your ass for a hot minute. Shit, if you don't believe me, believe that you had to pour fucking 38 fucking glasses of water a day. Who the fuck is the chicken now? You know what I'm saying? Just to make them niggas happy. You got to go to the beach and do all sorts of crazy shit. I had a Orisha girlfriend years ago. This motherfucker went to Cuba to get made, cut off all her hair, couldn't touch, couldn't fuck for a year, couldn't look in the mirrors for a year. To marry Obatala, believe you me, you was feeding them niggas. They was not on your side. Now, they would go crazy just as you if all these niggas started worshiping them when it was supposed to be for a small village. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They would go crazy just like anybody else, just like any movie star goes crazy now. You can imagine the egos on some, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I feel sorry for them the most. All right. In man, then, is a lifelong exile on a planet which is a prison for all mankind. He lives in a body which is a prison for the soul. He is the autotron of a lost and invisible world. You are a robot. You are in a prison. This is your prison. This is your prison. And whenever you try to escape, there will be an event to get your ass back in. That's why there are 1,000 groups now talking about Haiti, 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 Haiti. I'm going to Haiti to pick up some fucking babies. Yeah, if that's what you want to do, knock yourself out. Who am I to judge? But from an occult perspective, I think I'm showing you just out of Gnostic quotes alone, that's a contradiction in occult perspective. So if you don't liken yourself to be an occultist, fine with me. Go help the babies. I liken myself to be an occultist, and anybody else who wants to deal with occult studies, well, here's some information for you. If you feel that you want to deal with your human thing, go ahead. Go ahead. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
This is your choice. It's not for me to make you do that. Now, they use the terms they use to describe the world here below resolve themselves into a few formula which reappear over and over again in Gnostic thought. Hermetically sealed, fortress, prison, sloth, desert. It is the same for the human body. It is a tomb, a gross garment, a chain, a trespasser, a suffocating sea, a vampire. The point is that history of man reproduces closely in the initial drama and is a farce in the cosmos. Man, just like the universe, is a failed creation, an imitation, the mere semblance of a man, a counterfeit man, a cyclothrope, whatever the fuck that means. So it's clear what they're telling you clearly. And see, now, okay, you may say, well, this is radical, and I don't know, I never heard anything. I dare somebody to find in any other study that's occult, that's advanced, that contradicts it. Once you keep studying the Kemetic thing and go through layers and layers, see, the first layer of Ma'at is just being do good to others and let others do good to you. Other layers, and there are many, like I said, the next layer, you say that's balancing the brain. She's married to Thoth, which means thought. So it means balancing the left and right hemisphere of the brain. There's so many levels you could do that, you could deal with that on. But ultimately, all of these things that are left behind, they have deeper and deeper meaning as you get deeper and deeper into your science, into your understanding. What math means to you in the third grade may mean something else to you in high school. Right. So with that being said, as you graduated, these same mythologies are layered in, and you can hear them again and they mean something else. So as you get deeper into the Kemetic understanding, all you see is they was talking about getting the fuck out of here, and this shit was fucked up. The coffin, what was represented in Osiris in the coffin was the human body itself. Was the human body itself. And they're telling you a Gnostic thought here. It's the callous in there. It's the trespasser. It's the suffocating sea. It's the gross garment. It's the chain. It's the prison. It's the sealed fortress. That's what they were talking about when they showed Osiris in the chorus, or anyone in that sarcophagus.
Right.
The raps itself was representing the human body. When the Orishas came, after they talked to me, which I was wide awake when they did, eventually when I did go to sleep, what they showed me was the scariest thing in the universe was to become human. And they showed me how it felt. Believe me, it was a nightmare. The scariest thing is to become human. So now, let's move on with some more quotes. And, you know, we got to know this. What is this for? This is to get you to understand, to at least line your thoughts up with they don't, your occult thoughts doesn't live in the same place as your human celebration.
Right.
You're not tapping in. That's old remnants. Half that shit you learned from goddamn the civil rights movement. That's old remnants. What it's doing, that compassion, that love you have, is supposed to be generated for your higher self and seeing us all get out of this prison. But it's being misappropriated to things. Sometimes appropriate. We know we have that loving heart, we have that compassion, but we're being manipulated by it as a reaction. When they did that to Haiti, like many other things, Sean Bell, Rodney King, Abner Louima, Daryl nigga being dragged, raping girls, and you know this and that sister who's falsely in prison. You know, there's never a lack, or they're killing Johnny Cochran. There's never a lack of a story where there's some injustice. But these things are happening, are being showed to keep you locked in, and then the energy that you're supposed to be using for your transformation, you then start dishing it out to your human play. Oh my God, look what they did to that girl. And I believe me, I understand. I feel that shit too. But like I said, it's a choice you make. You know what I'm saying? When you decide to become conscious, you made the choice to leave this behind. So what you need, if you really have a problem with what I'm saying, don't have a problem. What you need to do is question if you're making the right choice. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm telling you the conscious fact. Question if you're making the right choice. Don't question, well, brother, that's so cold, brother, panic. But the babies and that. Don't question me. I'm giving you the science.
Right.
What you need to do is question if you're making the right choice. Maybe you need more time down here. Don't bother me. Get what I'm saying? This is for people who's fed with this, who had it. Get what I'm saying? Who's looking for something. This will be a document of where you can go, and I'll give you some books you can do too. Now, but the true God, seeing the error, this horror, crawling on the face of the earth and threatening to populate it, took pity on the ineptitude of the angels. Into this wailing worm he breathed the spark of life, which instantly permitted him to stand up and speak. Homo bipedius loquentis was born. And thus our dual nature is explained. We are somewhat like a rectified worm, an amphibian set to the rights of the indulgence of the true God, and empowered with a spark, a luminous fragment of supreme power. So this is represented in Genesis with God breathed the breath of life.
Right.
Into man. That breath of life is represented actually as the soul. That's what when the girl symbolically put the mask on Jake Sisko at the end of the movie Avatar, she was breathing the breath of life or giving that white man a soul, saying, I see you.
Right, right.
I see you. So the true God, and they'll say in the mythology, the great mother Sophia. The great mother Sophia, after she blew Yaldabaoth in the abyss when saying, come here, child, and they would see him like a worm swimming below the abyss. When they see what a flaw this was becoming, they said, oh, we need to do something about this. And then they breathed the breath of life into what we call man, who was just another animal, and the spark of life became consciousness. So this whole spark became the Nefertim, the Netters, all of this building up of earth. That spark already was manifested into the frequency. We already did it. This is the cocoon or the sleeping period, and now that we're rising up, that's why you're getting information like this to show you, no, you're not here to raise up what was your problem. Your problem was being human. You're not here to raise that up. What you're here to raise up is that spark in you. And that spark in you is not of this place, not of human origin, not of human thoughts. The greatest evil in the universe is human thought itself. So, you cannot be conscious and have human thoughts. I don't think so. Or you could be semi-conscious.